So Holly, you said that you had a booklet that had some shapes of butterflies, so you printed them onto overhead projector plastic, and then you added wires, glue, glitter glue, feathers, findings, and each one is so unique. And here's another picture frame with some wings. This one in the corner with the white, that is a paint that when you put on it puffed up. It was either a fabric paint or I remember one called puff paint. We're not sure the name of it anymore. But just look at the findings on these. So here's another picture frame with some more fairy wings. Full of these absolutely one-of-a-kind fairy wings. Just having these all in frames stuck up on the wall. They're just so wonderful to see. So this is the last frame of fairy wings, and then we will show you some mermaid tails. Look at this fancy little one at the bottom here. And you see how you can just take wires and make all the curls and make them really fancy. Isn't that fantastic with all the little butterflies attached to them? Oh, I love this little ladybug one. And this one I think might be my favorite. I just love the spiders and the webs. Well, my favorite for this frame, maybe. So I hope you guys enjoyed those, and we'll come back and show you some mermaid tails. So here's the first of the mermaid tails. And if you look, she's got bigger iridescent beads, and then she's got little piles of smaller beads coming down on the tail. I think that's beautiful. And here's another set of fins and tails for a merman or mermaid, whatever you're making. I think that's just fantastic. And here is our last mermaid fins and tails. And we've got a brooch in there of a little seahorse. But just look at how fantastic this is with the little beads and the wires. And then this one too. Well, that's it for mermaid tails and fairy wings. I hope you enjoyed. Now here's a treat. It's a beautiful fairy house. And we're going to try to get it all in. And there are a lot of little fairies in this scene. I'm just going to do a quick overall, and then we'll do a walkthrough with Holly, and she can point out different features and different elements in this house. We're just going to continue on this quick tour. And then around to this other side. This is the other side of the roof. And oh, there's something in that little rose. Looks like a little fairy. So we're going to start with this one. This one is a
Patricia Rose fairy. Dark fairy, she's called.
Isn't that fantastic? And then we've got this little bed with two little fairies sleeping in it, and Holly made that little bed with twigs and put some little flowers around it. Now I have to move that to show you a fairy that's tucked behind. Fairy tucked away in the back corner. And that's another one that Holly made. Now this fairy here that's crouched, you said was made by? This
Nicole
one.
West.
Isn't she beautiful? And then we've got a beautiful unicorn. And we've got this little fairy baby sleep in. That's one that Holly made. And see if we can get this one. See, there's a little one that's creeping around in the grass. And let's go back up and see the wonderful seed pods. And I just love all the plants outside. I just wanted to show you this little tiny baby that was sleeping in the rose. Holly made that little one too. Okay, so on the top shelf we're seeing fairy shoes, some of those wonderful fairy books, and then when we come across we're going to see some beautiful flowers. And then moving down, we're moving into the kitchen. Now this lady sitting on the chair, is that a bought doll?
She is bought, yes, and so is the baby.
I can't see the baby here. Oh, the baby. And the baby's bought as well. And so
there.
this male fairy you made yourself?
Yes.
He's quite magnificent. And then there's a beautiful fairy book on the table. Isn't that a wonderful? I'm just going to come closer in on the baby. He is so cute. And then we're going to just move out. Going to move out and around the corner. So these fairies here, the little baby that's sleeping, is that one you made?
No, I bought her.
Okay.
The only fairy I made, oh, I made two. I made the male fairy
This
and
one?
the baby that is tucked in the piece of wood there.
Corner. So here, this is a little tiny baby that Holly made, and the mom and the dad. This little tiny baby she bought. And this one here is a maid doll that Holly bought. And the one crouching in the back. And the little tiny baby. Oh. Alright, so one last look at the outside of this fairy house. The house itself she had bought at Michael's many years ago. It was one that was made to mount on the wall, and she adapted it and made it into this absolutely fabulous fairy house. Well, thank you for joining us today, and I hope you enjoyed this visit of this wonderful fairy house.